Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks, where today I am going to be playing Best of France. Of course, last time out, I played my top 3 picks of the US tech tree. This time around, it's France. Next time around, it's going to be the UK. Here's a little sneak peek of the tanks that I have from the UK. It's actually, I'm pretty sure, my first tech tree that I started, but like I have probably the least tanks played like now from there. As you can see, only 3 actual tech tree tanks, but the rest are just either reward vehicles or premium tanks. That's kind of crazy. I have picked up the TOG 2 though. It was on sale a week ago at the time of recording, so 2 weeks ago from the time of this video coming out, so that's going to be fun. It probably most likely is going to be featured as well. But we start off with the AMX ELC BIS, or what I still mostly call it, the ELC AMX, because that is what it used to be called when I first got it all those years ago. I remember getting it. Now, with the 75mm gun, you can actually have a fully traversable turret, but back in the day, it used to all be locked to this, what is this, maybe like 30-degree angle. Absolutely bad. Absolutely useless. With the 90mm you can still get away with it because you have the alpha damage, but with the 75 it just had so little DPM, a little bit more than this maybe, I'm not sure, but it had so much, you know, lower alpha, lower penetration. It used to just be so bad. But I went through, I upgraded it, I had fun in it, and then they nerfed it all those years ago when they released the tier 9 and tier 10s light tanks, and they just destroyed this tank. Then it's slower now, the power to weight ratio is less, the DPM is less. I'm pretty sure before, even without a great crew, I had about a 10-second reload, and as you can see, with a fairly good crew, brothers in arms, and a food consumable, it's nearly 13, so that is a big difference. The health has gone up because yeah, of course, they kind of buffed all of the kind of health from the light tanks and all lower tanks in general. I'm not really sure I'm getting this much ping. Something wrong with the servers, I think, because I definitely shouldn't be getting that high, and it's red ping as well, so that's bad. But yes, nevertheless, I still play this tank, but I have sold it and bought it many times over the last years. Now I've probably had it for like 2 years, play it occasionally, you know, once every month or two. And as you saw in the garage, I have a fairly okay crew, but if I would have kept this tank since day one, I would have an absolutely amazing crew on this. But as I said, when they nerfed it, it really dropped my enjoyment of playing this tank by a lot. So since then, I don't really play it as much, and, you know, selling it, buying it over and over again, not having a good crew to begin with, so I didn't keep the crew. So now like, when I bought this once again 2 or 3 years ago, I had to kind of rebuild the crew over. I'm pretty sure they are kind of like Zero Screw Brothers in Arms, but I am not sure. I am sure that I got 2 very good spots off over here. Let's try and put a shot into this Cromwell before he runs away. I actually can't get any shots into him now, but he is dead. I'm not really sure what he tried doing over there. Risky shot to go out onto this M5, but it has to be done. Aim, aim, aim. Put in a good shot. Luckily that SU-85B, I'm pretty sure that's a stock gun. I'm pretty sure that tank can get a gun that does about 115 or something like that. So we are lucky over there. Getting more spots out over here, which is useful. I don't think I'm spotted anymore, but I'm not going to risk going out in front of, yeah, there's an SU-100 over there as well. So let's maybe not risk it and go out over there, and maybe try and have a sneak peek of this Stritzvong M42 over here. Where is he going to peek out from? He's all the way over there. Has he spotted me? No, he hasn't, because I have camouflage on and a good camo crew with brothers in arms, and the food consumable actually helps a lot as well. If you do have a camo crew and brothers in arms, I guess helps out as well. So yes, I mostly play this tank still because it is my only tank to date that has 3 marks of excellence on, and that is special to me because I have played this game for probably close to 10 years now, maybe closer to 9. but it's still a special game to me. I still enjoy it, even if it sometimes does get quite frustrating. It still is fun in general, so I do keep playing it. And this tag, yeah, my first and only to date free mark of excellence, and I've said this story many times before on the channel. The game that I got the third mark on was the first game I played when they nerfed this tank. Nerf, right? Buff, nerf, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they made it worse, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm hoping, yeah, that's a nerf, right? Yes. The game that happened was the first game after they just absolutely wrecked this tank. So, I did about 500 combined, I think, and that was enough to actually free mark this tank, which is quite crazy. You probably would need, you know, somewhere in the region of 2.5, 3 maybe before that, but you know, I did it with a lot less, and that's just because they absolutely ruined this tank. You wouldn't know. You'd have to play this tank before when it was at its best to know how bad it is now, because you barely can go at 60 kilometers an hour on a straight, and before you know, uphill you'd be accelerating still without a problem. But now it's just destroyed. I will never get over the fact how bad they wrecked this tank over the years. But as I said, for only free mark, it's still a fairly good fun tank to play if you do have a good crew, and that is very important. You do have to have a good crew with camo and brothers in arms for it to make sense to play this tank still. But I do have a fairly good crew, so I keep on playing it, and I do have fairly good fun over here. You know, this might not be the best game, but we were against tier 4, so you know, less damage to give out. And I'll take 700 damage done and 600 spotting. That is fairly okay. Definitely should have put in that shot at the end towards the SU, but I messed up by hitting the building. But actually, look, 1000 spotting. We'll take that. That is a fairly good game by EOC standards in a tier 4 game. I definitely have had games where I've done like 2,000, 3,000, maybe not 3,000, but 2,000 damage, yeah. My record is 2.5, 6 kills, 1,800 base experience. As you can see, we've got some astronauts sitting in, and yeah, a fairly good crew. It definitely still needs to get improved. So if I get any training booklets for the French tanks, I'm definitely going to use it on that. Next up is going to be probably my favourite premium tank that I own. It is the Brasque, and it is my favourite because it is the most OP. It's fast. I've got fairly good camo on it, fairly good spotting as well. The gun, for a tier 8 medium tank, it's very deadly, and you just have to not be the best player to not to do well in this, because even on games where I mess up, I still manage to get out at least, you know, 1.5, 2,000 damage. It's a tank I love, and I played every time for kind of the mission marathons. I haven't really done any recently because of work, but back when I still didn't work, this was my main tank to play for the mission marathons. This and the EBR, maybe the Scorpion G as well, because it's the tank that I have the most kind of average experience in per game. You know, I could average out during the mission marathons maybe 700, 800 a game in the Brasque, the EBR 75 and the Scorpion G, because damage, spotting, and that's basically all you have to do in this. I have 2 setups in this. This is mostly a kind of dogfighting, street brawling, close range setup. I also have another one that I just basically go fully light tank, and I have used on Malinovka, I think. Once I had like 5,000 spotting, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not that much, but I did have like a lot. And it was all because I had, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I need coated optics. I think I had vents, commander's vision system, and the thing that improves your camo, and that just basically changes this tank. It probably becomes one of the best tier 8 light tanks that you could probably play, and it's not even a light tank, it's just that good. When you set it up well, that it can become really brutal. Talking about brutal, we are absolutely going to get wrecked over here in a second, because we only have 3 tanks that have come up here, and one's already dead. We've got a Nomad with no armor and a Chrysler GF, which doesn't have the best DPM. So that Artie should probably run away, because they are probably going to die soon. That Nomad against an E50, yeah, we are quite screwed over here. I'm gonna face over here, do some damage to this guy if I can. I'm gonna probably take a shot for it. Oh, that's okay. Okay, no, it's time to run away. We are just absolutely screwed. Artillery doing the right thing, because he tried to put the shot out, but he's not going to do anything over there. I messed up my first shot on the SU, then messed the other one on the T44, but that is because I saw that I'm pretty sure they had the 122mm gun, and I don't want to be taking that amount of damage in the Brask so early on, when we still have to do quite a lot to hopefully save this game from being a disaster. Talking about a disaster, I need to put in shots into this E50, which I didn't do over there. Please don't block me. Stop blocking me. I have to put a shot into this T44. Oh, I have to run away. I'm absolutely dead over here. I should have just gone. That Nomad just blocked me. He's still in the middle over there. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Our team, I'm pretty sure, don't know what a map is, don't know how to use it. This hasn't been a good play by me from the start. Let's just try and get away from the E50 over here, not to take any more damage, because I've already taken enough, and I don't want to be taken any more. Okay, I'm going to stay here now. Hopefully block off anyone, if anyone's going to come down from there, and hopefully not get shot by this T44, because I said I'm pretty sure they do have a 122mm gun. Can I penetrate his turret? No, I can't even hit him. Definitely not the game that I've wanted to have at the start in my Brask. I have to get past over here. It's probably going to cost me some hit points. Luckily not. I got really lucky over there. That could have been me dead over there. E50 has gone straight on, so this is really hard to say. I could go over here, put in some shots. That E75 is really dangerous over here, but I have to help this Conqueror out over here. He's hauled down. I have to take out this T44 at least. Do they know I'm here? They don't. The M4 has fired. Take him out. Putting a shot into him. There you go. Finally have some damage under my name. Definitely a disaster still. I should have put in at least 2 clips by now, and that's going to probably cost me though. Okay, it's not, luckily. Yeah, I should have had at least 1 full clip in, if not 2, by this time. Not the best start of a game. My team is capping. They don't really have any tanks going after them. I guess the south is kind of heating up, but not much is going on. It's the Centurion following the E75. That is very important to know. And I have to set up in a position to put in 2 shots into the E75 and then run away. This is really hard. This is not going to be a good game. Last week, for the best of US, I had many good games. This week, as you can see, just a little bit unlucky. Not really the best maps for these tanks as well. In the ELC, we are on the city map as well, I'm pretty sure, right? And now on the city map with the Brask, you really want to be out in the open in the Brask. Or maybe a different city map, not this, because I don't really like Himmelsdorf too much, to be honest, for my medium tanks. Mostly just heavy tank destroyers and heavy tanks. Now, is the S2 going to be here? Yes, he is. 1 shot into him. 2 shots into him. I have to push him. Hopefully reload quicker than him. Actually, expose him to the Conqueror. Hopefully the Conqueror helps me. There you go. And there you go. See, I said, bad match. And I still have 2,000 damage. This was not a good match by any standards. I should have put in at least 3,000 worth of damage, if not even closer to 3.5, 4. But I messed up the first 2 clips. But you know, still 2,000 damage, 2 kills. I'm going to take that. Not good. As you can see, Nebraska, my team did 4,000. I should have probably been closer to him. But I'll still take 2. It's like, I take 2,000 damage as like my standard, like my bottom, like the bottom of where I want to be at the end of a game. Probably for tanks about tier 7 or 8 up. For like, you know, tier 6, tier 7, you're like 1,200, 5,000, 1,500, there we go, can't get my words out. But for tier 8 and up, I want to at least hit that 2,000 a game, and we did. So it wasn't a bad game, it was just not as good as it could have been. I definitely could have put in a couple more shots and done 3.5, 4. But yes, we move on to the final tank. These matches have been going so quickly as well. We're only about, what, 12 minutes into this video. If I started talking and recording right after I hit record, then I think about 12 minutes in, and we are already on the final match. Last week's video was about 38 minutes, I think. I'm pretty sure we would have only been starting the second match now in the last video. But here we are in the final match in the AMX 5120. I got the AMX 5100 probably close to 2 years ago. Slowly gone up that tech tree, you know, unlocked everything for that tank. Wasn't really the most fun, especially since I had, you know, the Brask at that time already. So it was very underwhelming with the rate of fire and the speed. This, I finally fully unlocked the Top Gun probably within the last 3 months. Before that, especially the engine, was tragic to play. The AMX 5100 gun was still fine if you loaded APCR, which we are kind of doing now because we might be facing a mouse over here. But yes, you definitely want to have this fully upgraded before you do any good damage in it and, you know, have fun in it. Not really the best tech tree to go up now. It's just that I kind of went up it like starting years ago. I've slowly went through all of the tanks that I've only just gotten to the tier 9 within the last half a year to a year. So I'm going to go to get the tier 10 because I'm already at tier 9, so might as well make the effort and go get the AMX 50... whatever the tier 10 is, I actually can't remember. Oh, AMX 50B, there we go. So I am going to unlock that tank, you know, slowly but surely over the next probably 2 years or so. But the other French heavy line is definitely the better choice to go with. More armor, probably better DPM than this, and, you know, probably similar mobility, and even if it's a little less, you sacrifice so much to gain the mobility in this tank that it's not even worth it nowadays with the kind of more heavy tank meta that there is in the game now compared to, you know, when this tank was first released. And because of that, you know, you have to do stupid stuff like this to get into position to hopefully do some damage. You know, luckily the EBR only did a little bit of a splash to us with the high explosive. Luckily the mouse is in the center, but this is going to be a tricky game to do some good damage in without losing a lot of damage. We can actually take out this LMH TV if we put in a good shot in. Oh, that was a low roll. 300, this does 400. That was, I want my money back for that shot, Wargaming. That was absolutely tragic. Now, is the Scorpion going to be there? I think I can spot him before he gets into the bush. So we should be safe into staying over here. Is he going to come out? Is he going to come out? Can I still put a shot towards him? No, I can't. The Scorpion has gone out for some reason. So we put in 2 shots and track him. So there you go, 1,500 up already. The back isn't looking too nice. So hopefully someone takes out that Scorpion. They do. EBR's still alive, but he has a 1-shot. Hopefully someone takes him out fairly soon. We are hidden from him as well. Hidden from the mouse as well. And I think what I'm going to have to do is probably go down here in a second to try and run away from all of these guys over here, because they are probably going to go and overrun me soon. Talking about overrunning, not really sure what this G-Saw is doing. I'm actually going to have to go help this AMX against this G-Saw because I'm not really sure what that G-Saw is doing, to be honest. dying is what he's doing. Now, is this T-44 going to go out as well? Gonna give it a couple seconds. 3. No, okay, he's gone to the mouse, so we can reload now. Fairly good game, to be honest. Normally, the games I have is put you know, the 4 shells in, probably bounce half, and then die. So 2,700 is a fairly good game for this. I definitely didn't need to load this APCR against all of these tags because they are all, you know, probably, I could have probably penetrated the high explosive rounds into all of them, but I just wanted to make sure to actually do some damage to make this video enjoyable. So I'm sacrificing some credits in order to get a better penetration to actually do some fairly good damage in this game. Now, can we put in some shots into this M103 without taking shots from anyone else? I guess we are going to see. T62A, he's safe from us. This guy isn't. No. 1, 2, completed submission, but I'm pretty sure that's the bounce mission that we have to bounce like 3 times. Yeah, my hit points. Definitely not going to be bouncing over 5,000 damage in this tank. The top hull is fairly fairly angled, so tier 8s, tier 7s are actually going to sometimes bounce off if you angle it well. The turret, again, is kind of trolly as well. It can troll your opponents from time to time, but don't count on bouncing in this tank because you are just going to die fairly quickly because, yeah, it's not a heavy tank. It's just a damage dealing heavy tank. Oh, okay, that definitely helps our game out quite a lot. A little nice ammo rack on the WZ-111 1-4. It would be nice to ammo rack this guy as well, but there we go, 5,700 damage. So I'm actually going to take that this is a very good game, but to be honest, we started off slow with the AMX COC, did a little bit better in the Brask, and now in the last game of the video, 5,700. You know, even without the ammo rack, 4,700, that still would have been a good game. So you know what, I'll take that. A fairly good couple of games. Like last time, we actually are improving slowly in these kind of, so to say, live videos over the, you know, first couple in the like the USSR and the German territory, because that was kind of bad and pushed the first couple of videos. But, you know, we'll take that top on experience and top of damage in the whole game. Fairly good couple of games in about 22 minutes. All of that. So yes, as I said, next time we are going to be moving on to Best of UK. Probably going to be playing the TOG, as well as, not really sure what, maybe the Caliban, maybe the GSOR 1010, maybe the Cromwell, maybe the Badger. I'm not really sure, but that all that to come next week. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.